Okay, folks, so now I'm going to make another completely different type of magic wand. And this one, sorry, I'll get these out of the way. This one is going to be, I suppose, using pottery. So what I have here is I have just a pottery clay, and you can buy it in you can buy it in Deals or any of these places, but Aldi have it from time to time, and any of the art shops will have it, but you can get it in white or in a sort of pink colour. And it's a good one because it's air dry, so it doesn't need a kiln to dry it. So that's really what it looks like when you take it out of the packet. If you use some of it, it is important that you seal the pack again. So either get a plastic bag and seal it in that, or it'll go dry. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a magic wand using the pottery. Now, this magic wand is based on the theme of sleep and calm. And there's 3 or 4 things I'm going to put into it that I suppose would I suppose elicit a sense of sleep or calm. First of all, I'm going to use lavender as a herb in it. This is just lavender I picked in the garden or whatever. And lavender is traditionally used to encourage people to sleep, or it relates to sleep. The second thing I'm going to use is the sticks here are willow sticks, and again I sort of there's a sense that willow as a tree is a calming, sleepy tree. And the third thing, I have a little stone here, and it's just from the beach. But it's quartz, and you'll see these on the beach a lot. They're just rounded quartz. So quartz as a crystal, you can get crystal quartz. This isn't crystal quartz. This is just a mass quartz. But crystal or quartz as a crystal would be regarded as encouraging sleep. It's a sleep related gemstone. But anyway, so they're the 3 things that I'm going to use in my wand. Okay, so when you're using a pottery wand, one of the big problems there can be is that you need a spine. You need it to be rigid up the center, or it'll just break. So what I'm going to use these skewers as they're sort of barbecue skewers. I'm going to use them as the I suppose structure in the wand, as part of the structure. And what I'm also going to put in is I'm going to put in some of the lavender. Now I'm going to take off a lot of the actual lavender flowers. I don't want too many of them. Some of them are okay, but too many. But I want a couple of these certainly going up the center of the wand. Okay, so I have it like this. And that's, so the rough shape, it's thicker towards the end, and then it gets narrower. Okay, and that's roughly the shape that I want the wand to have. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to break this here, and I'm going to put this in just to give it a little bit more bulk at the bottom. Okay, so then what I do is I get my string. And again, white string is good, presented as being a calming type colour. Okay, and then what I do is I'm just going to wrap it around these so that it holds them together, and bring it down again. Now, you can use the string then if you wanted to create a shape in your wand. So if you want there to be sort of like knots in your wand or anything like that, you can put you can create them with the string, and I'll just show you maybe how I'm going to do that now in a second. Okay, so what I'm going to do with the string is I'm going to bring it all the way down, so the center of the wand now is held together with the string. So, but what I'm going to do at the end here is I want the string to form a sort of a handle for the wand. So I'm going to make the string thicker. I'm going to create a sort of a thicker section here at the end with the string. So okay. I'll show you, I mean, there's a particular reason why I want to do it like this. And I'll show you in a second. But so I want the handle of the wand actually to be thicker than the main part. So yeah, okay, so that's it. I'll just get the scissors and cut this. Okay, and just tie this up. Doesn't need to be a good knot because it doesn't need to be particularly. This is all going to be covered anyway, so it will be sealed. Let's take the bit off here. And this was the... Okay. Right, so I have that there. Now, what I'm going to do now as well is I'm going to cut the end here. Okay. So now I have the basic shape of the wand. So now I get the clay and I extrude it out. Now what I'm going to do as well, because lavender is, I suppose, the herb that we're using, I'm going to put lots of lavender on the lavender flowers, which is where, I suppose, the scent comes from. I'm going to put them on the work table. So what I need to do, so what's happening is as I'm working the clay, the lavender is getting into the clay, so it's becoming part of the clay. Okay. Okay, so then what I do is when I have, I suppose, roughly the length that I want, I just press the wand into the clay. And pull it round. Okay, now I get more. There. So I just complete it so that there's clay all the way around. So at this stage, it's not enormously important that it's I need to get a bit more out here. It doesn't need the shape of it. There's a bit of work to be done still on getting the shape right. And I'll just show you now in a second. So the main thing at this point is that the wand is, or the metal, or the spine of the wand is covered. it's covered in clay. Okay. Now, you'll see in a second how it sort of plays out, but for the moment, okay, I'm just going to cover the whole lot in clay. Okay, there it goes. Okay, so what you do then is you just squeeze it, and just using your hands, or roll it, or both actually. So you can roll it like this, but I think it's actually better if, rather than roll it, you squeeze it. And the reason is, what I found is that if you roll it, it separates the clay from the spine. So it's much better to take it and squeeze it until you have the shape that you're looking for. Now, and what's, I suppose, is to squeeze it from the handle down towards the point. And the reason that that's maybe is that you can take it off the point, you can sort of cut the excess then off at the end. And what I would say as well is that you need the end here, you need a, so actually I have excess here, and I need some at this end, so you can just, okay, so you just keep doing that until you're happy that the shape of the wand is where you want it to be. And in many ways, so when I'm actually just rolling it here, not putting pressure on it, I just want to get some of that lavender onto it. Okay, so I'm looking at sort of making the shape again, I suppose more consciously narrowing towards the top. Okay, and I'm going to pull that off there, and I'm going to keep doing it again. Okay, so I have, I just want to make sure that all of the it's all covered. Now, okay, so I'm reasonably happy. I'm reasonably happy with this as the shape. Okay, so now what I want to do is I want to integrate the crystal. So what I just do is just at the end here, I just push it in. Okay, so I push in the crystal, and then what I do is, it might take a little bit of work, but what I do is I just shape the clay around the crystal to hold it in place. Okay, and the snugger it is, obviously the better. Okay, so it's just a matter of getting it into a shape that you're comfortable works on. What you're actually probably better doing is sort of, yeah, just patting it down at the end here, just to, okay. So now what we have is we have the wand, and again I'm just going to roll it along here just to pick up some more of that lavender on it. Okay, and just make sure the end here is